Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. You guys, I know I've been putting out reviews, and these reviews are somewhat like from prior weeks, 2 weeks ago. But this is my first time filming in like 10 days, probably 12 days. So I've been hauling fragrances as per usual. I have slowed down this year, believe it or not. But I came to give you some fragrances that have been on my wish list. Some I thought were like ridiculously expensive, but I had to have them. Some like were on my wish list like last year because I knew that they were coming out very soon. So anyway, please continue to like, comment, subscribe. They are very interesting. Turn on those notification bells, all that good stuff, y'all, and let's get started. So I will not delay you all with my chitter chatter and all that. And you guys, so I do have something exciting coming up next week. If you are in the Los Angeles area, hit me up in the DMs. I am having a party at Ex Nihilo in Los Angeles. You guys know there are only two boutiques, two standing boutiques. There's one in Paris, and then there is one in the US. Now, all of the other stores have locations inside of like Bergdorf in New York. I think there's some in Saks. They have like smaller areas where they do sell the fragrances, but not all of the exclusives. So if you want to learn about the exclusives, there are some fragrances that are going to be added to the collective edition fragrances that you will be able to make, like add different perfumes, let's see, single oil concentrations to single notes. You'll be able to add more rose, more musk, you know, to the loved Vesper Glitz or Fleur Narcotique and some other things, y'all. So I'm having a party on April the 26th there. We're going to have drinks that kind of taste like the smell like the taste, one of the two. Fleur Narcotique, peachy, cocktails, snacks, all that good stuff. So April the 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. If you are in the Los Angeles area, please meet me, come and meet me, come and greet me, and let's smell some goodness and have some fun at the Ex Nihilo boutique. So I'm super excited about that. So anyway, y'all, let's get to this fragrance haul. So I went to a Fragrance du Bois event for Sirene. Sirene, I think it's pronounced, the one that comes in the pink bottle that's feminine inspired, at the Beverly Hills Perfumery. So when I went to the Beverly Hills Perfumery, I didn't even pick up Sirene. Now I really like Sirene, but I don't love Sirene. I love Sirene, which is a cherry ambery fragrance. In the opening, in the dry down, it gets very ambery, warm, spicy, just a little, it smells like there's a lot of pink pepper, dark, very woody, but more ambery than anything, more ambery, woody, and warm, spicy with a little bit of, I would say like a dark cherry. I do have some fragrances that are similar to that. Now, Sirene, I loved the opening. In the opening, I didn't get any cherry in the opening. You know what I got in the opening? I got a lactonic strawberry milkshake with some warm spiciness. I wish the opening still stood the entire life of the fragrance, because the opening smells very feminine, fruity, airy, fresh, lactonic, sweet. Like I said, a sweet strawberry milkshake. There's so many others that were there that day that got strawberries and cream as well. That's what it smells like in the opening, but that disappears within about 30 minutes and it dries down to amber, rich amber, woody spices, and a little bit of a dark cherry. It's not too sweet, not overly sweet, but it's a nice fragrance. Will I purchase it? Probably not, unless I've seen it on a huge sale, because the bottle and the packaging is stunning. Okay. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Sirene. So while I was there, I got into a whole lot of trouble. And if you are in LA, go to the Beverly Hills Perfumery. Alan will take care of you. Beautiful staff. Alan's amazing. Get your nose on these fragrances. Okay. Mind games. How about, let's start with this. We're going to start with Ormonde Jayne. So I've been so interested in Ormonde Jayne. Now, Mon Tobacco, I do love the OG. I love smelling Mon Tobacco on a man, okay? But it is a little too heavy, too woody, too earthy, too aromatic for me, but I love smelling it on men. So when I heard they were coming out with some Mon Tobacco flankers, very travel inspired, and these places I've gone to, then I said, I gotta get my nose on these. Not only are the bottles stunning, you guys, so this is my scent of the day, and this one is Mon Tobacco. I think it's considered a flanker. And this one is Rio. So you guys look at this bottle. You know I had to match, right? So anyway, Rio, I hate touching the outside of these bottles because they are so fingerprinty, but they are so gorgeous. I wanted to get all three. I'll let you guys know I only got two because one wasn't it wasn't for me. But I may revisit it at a later date when I'm not smelling so much. The bottles, you can see my fingerprints, sorry, but they are, this one's pink. You probably see it here and it's gorgeous. So anyway, this is Mon Tobacco Rio inspired. So the base of these fragrances are all in the OG Mon Tobacco. Now in the base of all the Mon Tobaccos by Ormonde Jayne, you have tobacco leaf, Isoe Super Suede, you got some tonka bean, vanilla moss, and sandalwood. And that is in the two fragrances, or all three that I'm gonna be talking about today. So in this one, I love the boxes, simple packaging. It comes with a card, very like sustainable. You can like literally throw this box away because, you know, it's just cardboard and it flips open. This is 100 ml. Now I heard that actually 88 or 100 because I heard that Ormonde Jayne is pretty much making all of their bottles, because of the glare, I can't see the number. They're pretty much making all of their bottles the same size. Sakura now comes in like 88. I think they're making them in 88 or 90 mLs. I got a 50 ml. Now it comes in a 90 ml. And of course the prices went up a little bit more. So anyway, this fragrance in here, there's pineapple caramel, there's rhubarb. I was super interested in this fragrance because there's mango inside, there's tea inside. I'm assuming that it's like a green tea. There's also ambroxan, cashmere wood, and did I say pineapple and cardamom? So this is my scent of the day. Now, when I first sprayed this fragrance, it was a love upon first sniff, but I wasn't getting as many fruits as I thought I would. I thought it would be super fruity, but what I got from this fragrance is the same, kind of the same DNA that you get from Mon Tobacco. You almost get that freshness, airiness of, if you know Ganymede, by Marc-Antoine Barrois, I think his name is pronounced. Ganymede gives you that fresh airiness, almost aldehydic, but there's no aldehydes in here. Slightly metallic, but it's very fresh. But I think it's coming from all the ambroxan and what is it, Isoe Super inside. So you do get a slight tea vibe. Now these fragrances are all unisex, okay? So in here, it almost smells like a slightly clean, fruity tea with a fresh airiness of ambroxan and Isoe Super. But yeah, if you like the note of tea, then you're gonna love it. All of the notes, they're not heavy on anything, but you do get a slight fruitiness. It's not heavy on pineapple. It's not heavy on mango. It's not heavy on the caramel. Everything is fresh, airy, and luscious. Very silky smelling, very fresh, slightly woody, a beautiful sandalwood in this fragrance. But if you want a fragrance that is super non-offensive, unisex across the board, gives you a hint of fruitiness, a hint of wood, freshness to the max, amazing for summer, even though the bottle is a little dark. These are, and it lists a lot of woods. It's not aromatic. Mon Tobacco is aromatic. This fragrance is not aromatic because you got those fruits in there to balance it out. And that caramel in there, it just makes it slightly sweet. You can't get a dominant, there's nothing dominant as far as notes is concerned about this fragrance. Everything is light, fresh, airy, and beautiful, and very lush, silky smelling. If you like fragrances like, I'm trying to imagine, in the dry down, you almost get a fresh, airy, beachy, sea-like quality without the salt in here, but it's just fresh and airy. And I think it comes from the Isoe Super, and like I said, the tobacco. I mean, the Isoe Super and the ambroxan. Now there's a little smokiness in here from the tobacco, but it's not heavy. It is balanced to perfection. But if you like the DNA of Mon Tobacco, the original DNA with that tea, fresh airiness, slightly smoky, woody, add a little bit of fruits to it, a minimal amount of fruits, slight sweetness, then you're gonna love this fragrance, Rio by Ormonde Jayne. But I am loving it, y'all. It's perfect for summer, perfect for spring. I'd have to see how this wears on my skin in the fall because it does sit a little closer to the skin. I would say moderate performance, as in projection, sillage, but this fragrance will last all day long. It lasts about 8 hours when I did spray it on my skin and I sprayed it on my clothing at the Beverly Hills Perfumery. So yeah, get your nose on this. This is Rio, and we're going to talk about Cuba next. But this one's more of the fruity one compared to the two that I'll be talking about today. And that was long, y'all. Too long, because we got a lot to get through. Grab your tea, coffee, whatever it is, because this video is going to be about an hour long, okay? All right, so the next one we're going to talk about actually have not opened yet. You guys, I've been working so much. So in Rio, I'll tell you about the one that I didn't care too much for, but I'm going to revisit it. The one that I didn't care too much for because it was just very floral tea-like it's called Mon Tobacco Flor. It is very feminine, but you gotta love florals for that fragrance. A lot of heady florals. I got some heady jasmine, gardenia. There's clary sage in there. There's also water lily. I got a lot of water lily and sage in that fragrance. There's juniper berry, cardamom, ylang ylang violet. Anyway, I'm going to revisit it, but that is the one that I didn't get because it was a little too heady on the jasmine and the florals for me, but it was pretty, but it's just not something at that moment I wanted to purchase. But I will revisit it because I love the bottle. The three gorgeous bottles are beautiful. Pink, like a periwinkle blue, and then the other one is almost like a pinkish color. Anyway, this one, they slide out. They come in a sleeve like this. So this one is Cuba, okay? So same. So I have not taken this out, but I did smell this, test it. Gorgeous bottle, and hopefully I can get it out. Anyway, you guys, I was about to say, I'm not going to get this out and struggle with it on camera, but I got it out, okay? So this one is Cuba. And yes, this bottle is gorgeous. This is like a periwinkle bluish color, if you can see. So anyway, in Cuba, you have your bergamot, you have some orange, freesia, juniper berry. There's some tea, there's some magnolia and jasmine. Now, this fragrance is gorgeous as well. I think I smelled the Rio first, and I was like, this is really nice. But as it started to dry down on my skin, I got a little bit more of the fruits. Not heavy, though. But I was in the store for about 2-3 hours, and the more it dried down on my skin, it got slightly sweeter and fruitier. But I got a bunch of fresh airiness in the opening. So this one is Cuba. And these fragrances are created in London. So let's go ahead and Cuba's good. I think I like Cuba more than I like Rio, okay? Cuba almost gives you that Calabrian bergamot. Did I say bergamot? Yeah, there's bergamot and orange and freesia. Cuba gives you almost like a limoncello cream smoothie. I'm getting vanilla in here, freshness, it's sweet. This is slightly green, it is good. Mon Tobacco Rio is beautiful as well, but I think Cuba is my favorite. Cuba's unisex as well, but initially it's vanillic. You get that freesia that makes it beautiful. A beautiful juniper berry, slight watery, you know, kind of berry-ish juniper berry smell, juicy. There's bergamot. Like I said, I get a lot of Calabrian bergamot in here, and I love Calabrian bergamot because Calabrian bergamot to me, And I could totally tell the differences in bergamots because Calabrian bergamot, it gives me more texture. It gives me more lushness, more creaminess to the fragrance. So I could totally tell if you're using a just bergamot or a Calabrian and Italian bergamot, okay? From Calabria, I think it's pronounced, or Calabria, which is that little boot on the edge of Italy. But y'all, this one's beautiful. Still fresh, lush, airy, but gives you like a Calabrian bergamot, not a shake, a drink or something. This is absolutely gorgeous, okay? So out of the two, it's beautiful though. Which one if I had to choose which one I would purchase first, I would definitely start with Cuba and then Rio, okay? So gorgeous, gorgeous scent. So the next one we're gonna be talking about, and Alan also gifted me 2 of these discovery sets that are apparently no longer in stock. So we're gonna do an Ormonde Jayne review because I have 4 other fragrances from Ormonde Jayne as well. Also, Alan gifted me, and I can't seem to find it, and apparently this is not released anymore, or it's going to be discontinued, and this smells so good, you guys, when I smelled it. This one, it's a tester. Thank you, Alan, if you're watching. This one's Royal Elixir. When I tell you I smelled this, and I was like, this is amazing. So I'm super happy he gifted it to me because I probably would have never picked it up. But apparently this is the Queen or the Princess of Monaco, I think he said. Ormonde Jayne made her a fragrance. It was hers for years. Finally, she released it to the public, and it comes in this black bottle. And now it was up for grabs for everyone initially. It's good. There's rose. To me, to my nose, this is beautiful, you all. So if you can find Royal Elixir by Ormonde Jayne, it's rose. It almost smells like there's a little, I said, Ellen, is there anise in here? Because it almost gives me a little bit of anise vibes, but it doesn't. There's some wood in here that I can remember. There's rose in the opening and the heart. There's also juniper berry in here as well. There's some orris in here. It smells like magnolia. This is gorgeous, sophisticated, elegant, feminine, and I'm loving this one. I know he said it's discontinued, but Royal Elixir, get your nose on this fragrance. It is beautiful. Slightly powdery rose, but it's giving you that woodiness. It is very unique and one that I don't have this scent in my collection. But I am loving this, you all. Royal Elixir was a shocker to me. So get your nose on this fragrance if you can find it. Like I said, he told me it was discontinued, or it's going to be discontinued very soon. Yeah, get your nose on this one. The next one we're going to talk about is, I ordered some of these babies here. Queenie, let me show you first how the atomizer spray on Mon Tobacco fragrances. You guys, y'all know I love Kayali's atomizers, right? These are freaking amazing. Electimus has good atomizers. Kayali has amazing atomizers. This one, ooh, it's a whole shower, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, this is so good. Anyway, let me dust my bottle off. The atomizers are gorgeous. Okay, on top of the fragrance inside by Cuba. Okay. Anyway, I gotta dust that bottle off because I just like sprayed stuff all over it. So the next ones we're gonna talk about, you guys know that when I went to Milan at Exxon's, I took a 10 ml travel. I was in a scent club. I'm no longer the scent bird, and I ordered some of the Mind Games. I fell completely in love with Queening, okay? I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. Everybody's raving about it. It's a vanilla, beautiful. But when I smelled it and it sat on my skin, I was like, oh, it's pretty. But I sprayed it, it sat on my skin, and then I sprayed it again. I sprayed it on other people at work. It sat on their skin. We all fell in love with it. I said I knew I had to have it. So I got Forward. I got Queening, and then I got another Queening that I actually opened. So this is Queening here, And then I also got Leonora, and I won't talk about the forward because I'm not going to open it right now. This is going to be amazing for summer. It's grapefruit, citruses, tonka bean. It is sexy. One of the sexiest citrusy fragrances I do have in my collection. All the bottles look alike. Forward looks like this. There are some that come in the dark bottle, but forward, you got to get your nose on this fragrance, you guys. It is gorgeous. I was not expecting to love it. When I went to the Beverly Hills Perfumery, Hannah, she was like, you got to smell forward. I was like, all right, Hannah, I came in here to smell queening. I came in here to smell Ruy Lopez, which I absolutely love. That one is on my list as well. French Defense is on my list, and I got the other two that were on my list, or three that were on my list, which is Forward. Forward was on my list the third time I went up there. So anyway, queening, you guys. I finally got queening. We're going to do a Mind Games review, so I won't go into depth on these fragrances. But queening, a beautiful floral, fruity vanilla that I'm absolutely head over heels. But like I said, I actually went back when I went through my... when I knew that I was getting low on my 10 ml from Scentbird, I went back to see if I could reorder it again, and it wouldn't allow. So I was like, oh, I guess I got to get the bottle. So queening, the bottles are gorgeous. These fragrances are super expensive, but they're very elegant, and the bottles are very unique. So I kind of understand why they're a little pricey. But anyway, queening, you guys, this could literally be a signature scent. Queening, there's orris, there's saffron, there's some coconut in here as well, I think. There's iris, there's some rum in here. I think it said the top note was clean cotton, but it smells so like coconutty, vanilla, slightly creamy, boozy, sweet. This fragrance will literally be in a top 10 for life, you guys. There's something I'm going to have to bump out. I don't do top 10s. I forgot. Top 20, okay? This is feminine. It's gorgeous. It's sweet. It's lush. It is so, so good. So anyway, queening, get your nose on it. The other one, Leonora, I am head over heels for. So Leonora, check out Alan at the Beverly Hills Perfumery. That is where I purchased these from. So Leonora, when I smelled Leonora, I knew that I really liked it. But when I smelled it again, because it had the note of apricot inside, I knew that I had to have it. Apricot, you get a beautiful passion fruit opening, you guys. The apricot, I think there's suede inside. It is juicy. I think there's orris inside too. So I'm getting like some iris or orris, passion fruit, juicy. My mouth is watering. Juicy, photorealistic apricot, a stewed, sweet, slight tart, apricot, passion fruit, slightly woody, fresh, airy with some iris. You guys, this dries down. It dries down not very floral, but you gotta like florals as well. Now, this fragrance kind of reminds me of something else, but it's not as fruity. So if you like a Rah Rah Room by Penhaligon's, that is what this is similar to. Also, if you like Dries Van Noten's Fleur du Mal with the apricot and suede, minus the passion fruit. It is minus that because this one's super fruity and juicy, but it dries down like Fleur du Mal with those florals and apricot and suede. And then Dries Van Noten Rah Rah Room also has apricot and suede in it as well. So all three of these fragrances are very similar. So if you like those fragrances, then I think you're gonna love Leonora. But y'all, the apricot in this fragrance is unmatched, okay? It is beautiful. Get your nose on Leonora, get a sample. I thought something was leaking. I did have a sample of this as well. I still have my sample of this, but I knew that I had to have this fragrance because Queening and Leonora, I wanted first, then I wanted the Forward, and then I said French Defense, and now Ruy Lopez. Ruy Lopez is so good. Now, I was talking to one of my girls, and Ruy Lopez, when I smelled it at the Beverly Hills Perfumery, even though I've been ordering a whole bunch of other stuff, Thé Noir by Le Labo is on my list. When they were pumping it out at that hotel in New York, I knew that I had to have it. It was a diffuser that they were using. But Ruy Lopez gives me similar vibes of Thé Noir. So I'm like, yo, which one do I buy? I kind of want both of them, but it doesn't make sense to buy both because it is definitely giving similar vibes. But maybe I'll go with the OG Thé Noir, you guys. But that is what Ruy Lopez is very similar to. Now, I did smell Sissa as well. But I don't remember it. But I do remember smelling it. I remember liking it, but it wasn't a love. So I'm going to revisit Sissa because all the notes look amazing. So yeah, we'll revisit that one, and then you guys will see if it's going to be in a haul coming up. I think that is it. And these, I said I wasn't going to open up the forward because y'all, the forward is completely unisex and you need it for the summer. Anyway, we're going to talk about another one I know you guys are wanting to know about. Rosendo Mateu number 8, okay? Anyway, people are like, where did you order this from? I ordered mine from ZGO Perfumery. Now, the only other Rosendo Mateu fragrance that I absolutely fell head over heels for was number 5. I do love 1970 with that beautiful chocolatey cacao tonka bean. So 1970's on my list, but I'm like, I got a lot of chocolatey tonka beanie cacao fragrances, so it's definitely on my list. I have a travel size of it, but not a full bottle, and I have a sample of it as well that I haven't even used completely, but I do love it. If you love tonka bean and chocolate, then you're gonna love that fragrance. So anyway, this is number 8, okay? Rosendo Mateu number 8, and this is the new release. So this fragrance, you guys, the opening gave me all the thrills, okay? It's pineapple in here. There's apple in here. It's ambery. It's suede. There's cinnamon in here. Now, it gave me all the thrills and feels in the opening, okay? All of them, okay? I was super excited. It smells a little boozy, like a tart green apple skin or pineapple, like a pineapple rind, on top of a sweet sugared, like some sweet sugared pineapple slices with the green apple skin. Ambery, woody, warm, spicy, cinnamon. Now, the opening is gorgeous. It's beautiful. Now, I'm still working on it, okay? Because literally, I just got this last night. But I've been spraying it all night and all day, okay? On my skin. On my skin, this is not performing the way that I thought it would. But I know in good old Rosendo Mateu fashion, all of the fragrances perform. So I'm thinking that it's because it's new juice, so we're going to give it a little bit of time, okay? I kept spraying it. It disappeared 2 hours later. Well, it didn't disappear completely, but it became closer to a skin scent. Warm, spicy, and it almost reminded me of another fragrance, too. So I was like, this is almost giving me, if you like fragrances like Swiss Arabian Casablanca, because I think this has suede in it as well, or it's giving it a fruity, suedey vibe. So does Casablanca. Then I really think you're gonna love this. This definitely gives it's giving me like a little bit of a Casablanca with some dense sugared pineapple on top, you know? And a little more green apple skin, a little more tart. The opening is amazing, okay? Amazing. But the dry down is just nice. So, yeah, we gonna work on this one. It is a beautiful fragrance, like I said in the opening, and I really wish it maintained that gorgeous pineapple. Now, I haven't sprayed on clothes. I've only sprayed on skin, so take that into consideration because I usually spray more on skin than I do on clothes, especially if it's is this an extrait? I think it's an EDP. Yeah, anyway, you guys. I think it's an EDP. It's kind of hard to see the glare. So I usually spray like half on clothes, half on skin. So maybe the beautiful pineapple will maintain on the clothes, but it doesn't really maintain on my skin. I get more of a appley dry down, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of amber. It's warm, spicy, slightly woody and sweety, okay? So But it's beautiful. But like I said, okay, so another fragrance, because I just smelled it and it reminds me of another fragrance. And I said I wasn't going to forget to tell you guys. If you like Sarah Baker's Peach's Revenge, minus the peach, take the peach out. Because that ambery, warm, spicy tone, Sarah Baker's Peach's Revenge has cardamom, ginger, it's woody, it's peaches, it's guava, it's syrupy, it's juicy, all of that. This one is giving you kind of the same concept, but it's giving you pineapple and apple. But that ambery, warm, spicy base, hers is ginger and cardamom. I think this one is cinnamon and cardamom and amber. It's giving you that base, but a dead sugared pineapple slices, and the opening with some apple skin, you guys. So it's beautiful. But you know, the dry down is different, you know. So anyway, Rosendo Mateu number 8, get your nose on it. I am glad that I do have this in my collection. This fragrance is not only amazing for the summer, but to me, because it's warm, ambery, and spicy, it's amazing all year long. 365, you guys. So get your nose on this. The next one I'm going to talk about is one that I was like, ooh, it is so good. And this is no other than Hez Parfume. So when I smell this, you guys, it smells so good, okay? And I'm smelling Leonora. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm smelling that woody passion fruit, pineapple, and orris, okay? When I just wave my arm in the air, it is gorgeous. It's unisex, but very feminine in the opening because it's a little sweeter in the opening, but it dries down floral. So anyway, Hez Parfume. So he came out with a new fragrance called Muse. I sprayed this. I didn't know that I was getting the package. I wasn't paying attention to my email. He sent this over to me. This was gifted, and you guys, look. This is 2 days, okay? 2 days. This is a 50 ml. And I think this is an extrait de Parfum, you guys. This is his new fragrance called Muse, and you need it, okay? Point blank period. If you like a fresh, something citrusy, sweet, powdery, elegant, playful, just absolutely gorgeous. Does not smell like anything I have in my collection. That's why I was super excited. When I sprayed this, it was a love upon first sniff. Love upon first sniff. And when I wore this to work, somebody said I smell like a female version of Acqua di Gio. I was like, you know what? I kind of get that. I know that there's some press coat lemon in here. It smells like Calabrian bergamot. There's some iris in here. I don't know what else is in this fragrance, but it is giving me vanilla, a slightly powdery, vanillic, slight orange blossom, irisy, citruses. It's giving me Italy. It's giving me Italian. It is not even giving me New Orleans Hez. It is very inspired. I think Hez's wife, this is the first perfume that she has composed. Hez didn't even make this one. Y'all know that I do. I'll try to remember to link the review down below. I do love Banana Bread Banshee. I love so many from his fragrance, brownie points from his fragrance house. But this one right here, you guys, intoxicating. I love it. It is very fresh, airy, citrusy. It smells like there's some ambroxan in here. It's feminine. It's lush. It is good. Anyway, get your nose on a Muse. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Hez Parfume Muse. It is absolutely stunning. But like I said, if you like a feminine, fruity, citrusy floral, that's going to be amazing for summer. Even though there's, to me, I smell iris or something in here, then you need to get your nose. And the proof is in the pudding. I wore this for 2 days, and y'all, I want to keep spraying this fragrance. I actually ordered me a 100 ml bottle because I really feel like I'm going to go through this really fast, or I'm going to give it away to maybe my daughter, because I know she's gonna love this as well. But I'm glad that he does have the 100 ml bottles, because I didn't even realize he had the 100 ml bottles, because I was about to buy me another bottle of this stuff. I know some of his fragrances are limited edition. I'm not sure if this one is it, but y'all, you need this in your collection. Super affordable, indie artisanal fragrance house. Get your nose on Hez Parfum's Muse. Stunning. I love it. Let's see what else. I was also sent another perfume. Actually, I was gifted another one by the Nihilo brand, and I was gifted, I do have a travel size of it, I was gifted the sweetest, my sweetest morphine. This one is sweet morphine. Yes, there's a difference in the juice and there's a difference in the fragrance. If you like a good powdery, floral, lilac mimosa, there's more mimosa in the OG sweet morphine. Apparently this is discontinued. So right now, I think because they had better performance or better selling with my sweetest morphine, a lot of people said this smelled a little medicinal. I kind of get that, but it's the mimosa. The mimosa can be a little heady. It can be very floral, a little waxy, balmy, sweet, a little earthy. But I love mimosa in fragrances. Lilac, there's iris, there's vanilla in here. It's a little woody in the dry down. It's beautiful. This one, you get a little more sweetness. I did wear this one to work. I got one compliment. The guys seem not to like sweet morphine, but the ladies like sweet morphine. You gotta like lilac, you gotta like violet, okay? There's lilac and violet in here. This is so much more heavier than my sweetest morphine, but if you like these notes and if you don't want it as floral, more on the lilac side, then maybe you should try my sweetest morphine. My sweetest morphine, like I said, it's a little less earthy, aromatic. I think you would probably love this one a lot more than my sweet morphine if you thought this one was a little too heavy for you. Anyway, the difference in juice is apparent. But I think if you want to dip your toes in Ex Nihilo and you like lilac mimosa and violet, then you may want to try, well, you don't really have any options anymore. So try my sweetest morphine. The tops are different. I do like this top. This is actually a pearl, mother of pearl inside. I love their signature tops, and I'm glad they switched it to this top here. Anyway, get your nose on my sweetest morphine. Lilac, mimosa, vanillic. It's beautiful. There's rose inside. The rose is not too prominent, but I absolutely love both of them. But what's easier on the nose is my sweetest morphine, okay? The next one we're going to talk about is a Guatemalan inspired house. And they sent me over this fragrance. And it is called Summer in Antigua, and the house is called Andreas. I think it is Andreas. And like I said, I think they're originally from Guatemala. Andreas Parfums. This is the packaging. It's pretty simple, sleek. And yeah, let's get into it. And what did I do with the perfume? They come in 50 mLs. The bottles are super simple, but I really wasn't expecting much from this perfume, but yeah, I ended up loving it, okay? So anyway, it's beautiful. I'm going to just spray this and refresh my memory, but this reminds me, it's summer in Antigua, and it literally smells like summer in Antigua. It's fresh, airy. I'm getting beachy, vanillic, floral, fruity, sea salty vibes. This is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm getting oceanic, like, it's good. So let's see what's in here. They sent over this. They also sent a discovery kit. So I'm going to get around to doing a review. I think there's two or three other fragrances on this house. So in here you got your bergamot, marine notes, petite grain, lemon, mint. It's not heavy on the mint. It makes it maybe just more fresh. Orange blossom, lily of the valley, which I love in this fragrance. Ylang ylang, cedarwood, white musk, and seaweed. Now, the marine notes, the petite grain, and seaweed, you would think that this was super salty and green. This is blended beautifully. It's unisex. This, I would absolutely, this smells like vacation in a bottle. Yes, this smells like sitting on a beach, looking at turquoise waters, that white powdery sand in your hands. I'm getting all of that. This fragrance is beautiful, and I was not expecting this. So Summer in Antigua by Andreas Parfums. I'm loving this. You guys grab a discovery kit or grab a sample of this fragrance. It is beautiful. It's not too salty. It smells fresh. It smells like fresh air, like the cleanest air ever in the ocean, with some very light, airy florals. If there's, maybe it's not vanilla in here. I'm getting like a musky, slight, airy vanilla. But the seaweed, you guys don't be afraid of that. I don't get seaweed. I wore this fragrance. I actually didn't wear it full body. I've been testing it for the past like 4 days, spraying it on my skin, and I love it. So if you like fragrances like, I'm trying to think of fragrances that I have in my collection that are very similar to this. It's not like another 13. Yeah, I don't have any fragrances that is giving me this fresh, clean, airy sea vibe. Some are just too salty. Some are too earthy. This one's perfect. Anyway, Summer in Antigua by Andreas Parfums. I love it. I loved it upon first sniff. I was not expecting anything from this fragrance house. I actually thought it was going to be cheesy. I thought it was going to be something that I smelled before that I had in my collection, and it is not. I love it. Summer in Antigua. Get your nose on it. I can't wait to smell the other ones. I haven't had time because I've really been testing this one to give you guys like my complete thoughts. The performance on this fragrance, because like I said, I've been testing it on my arm. When I spray it, I'm like, oh, this smells good. And I spray it again, oh, this is good. The performance is about 4 to 6 hours on my skin. I haven't worn it on clothes yet, just testing on my skin. Anyway, Andreas Parfums, get your nose on it. The next one we're going to talk about, I think this is it, you guys. ZGO Perfumery. I got some samples from them. The next one we're going to talk about, Bon Parfum. Parfumer sent me over 4 fragrances, and y'all, I like 1, I love 3, all 3 of them. So they sent me over this one, 603. This one, they belong to certain, it'll give you like the description of the fragrances based on the numbers. So I had no idea, you know, people are sleeping on this fragrance house, and you do not need to sleep on this fragrance house and get your nose. There's some other ones that I want from the floral collection from the 100. So the numbers 203, it says 200 is the fruit collection. 100 is the cologne, 500 is the gourmand, 600 is the boisé or boisé, 700 aromatic, 300 ombre and spice, 400 vanille and musk, 900 the special, and yada, 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 yeah, okay? So anyway, 603, which is in the 600, belongs to the boisé. So this one, there's tonka bean, there's some woods in here, there's some vanilla in here. Now this fragrance, when I initially sprayed it, it smells very earthy and aromatic, but it dries down beautifully. So there's a couple other ones that I want to order from the fragrance house, and then we're going to get into this fragrance house. There's some rose ones that I want that my girl Carrie was telling me about, because she went to this event over in New York with this fragrance house. She said, absolutely love, love, love the perfumer and the creative director of the fragrance house. Very humble, likable, explained everything. You guys get your nose on Bon Perfumer. Some of these fragrances smell very similar to fragrances that are out now, and these fragrances came out like in 2019, in 2016. So I'm like, who did it first? Bon Perfumer did it first, okay? Anyway, 603, I love it more in the dry down. Now there's some other ones. There is one that literally gave me Escapade Gourmand. And this is 402. This came out 5-6 years ago, but it smells like Escapade Gourmand. So I'm like, did Escapade Gourmand copy this? Anyway, there's Santal Woods or Santal Caramel, and there's vanilla. Y'all, this is so good, okay? Get your nose on 402 if you are a gourmand lover. I think my girl Abby mentioned these fragrances from time to time as well. I can't remember which one she talks about, but I know she speaks about a Bon Parfumer fragrance. But 402, you guys, like, I'm about to, why do I even have Escapade Gourmand, okay? 402 did it first. Anyway, get your nose on 402. 302 belongs to the Amber and Spices. They did it first, y'all. 302 reminds me a little bit of Absolute Aphrodisiac by Initio. It also reminds me of Crown Royale's, what is it? Santal by Royal Crown, the vanilla, the one that I decluttered. It's like a vanilla. It's in the black bottle that I decluttered. Anyway, it reminds me of a warm, spicy, ambery vanilla. The one by Royal Crown was a little too oody for me, but this definitely gives me the best of both worlds. Plus, you don't get that animalic, that heavy, oody animalic scent. This one's an absolute love for me as well. Gorgeous, sexy, date night, unisex. 402 is unisex before Gourmand Lover. This one's completely unisex if you like that ambery, woody, ambery, slightly sandalwood, animalic, warm, spicy, sweet vanilla. This one's for my girly girls, fruity, floral, beautiful. This reminds me, this is in the fruit, the 200. So this is 203. So in 203, I was like, what do I smell? It smells very similar. Like, I know the note. I think there's pink pepper in this fragrance. So there's pink pepper. There's like some black currant or black berries or some kind of berries, raspberries. I think it is pink pepper, raspberries, some other fruity notes, and some vanilla. Gorgeous, love it, fruity, amazing for the summer, warm, spicy, berry, raspberry, vanilla. Get your nose on 203. All right, I think I've held y'all long enough. There's also one other one, sorry. This one also, those Bon Parfums were gifted to me. But I also have a couple on the way that I purchased myself that I really want to get my nose on. Aesop, and this is called Rosu. This fragrance was gifted to me as well. They sent me over this. Now in this fragrance, because I got something different in the opening, but I loved it in the dry down. Now in the opening, it's very aromatic, it's woody, it's floral. So the notes are pink pepper, there's rose, bitter orange, ylang ylang, jasmine, myrrh, sandalwood, and there's something called shiso in here, which gives like that earthy, aromatic green mint vibe. Now when I sprayed this, it was very earthy, aromatic, almost reminded me of Santal 33 in a way, you know, but in the dry down, yeah, I got that woody, slightly, almost dill vibe, you know. I think that's the shiso and some green notes, you know, but this dries down on my skin, very, very beautiful, fruity. I got those fruity notes as it dries down. It opened up very slightly unisex masculine and dried down a little unisex feminine leaning, okay? But I was like, wait. This is not the same fragrance. It's completely transitional. But y'all, anyway, I'm going to wear this and we're going to come back and revisit Aesop's Rosu. Get your nose on this fragrance. Order a sample. It is not blind buy safe because that opening will throw you all the way off, but the dry down is beautiful. All right, y'all, that is it. That is a huge haul. And y'all, we got haul number 2 coming up very soon. Go on to the world, spread amazing sillage, do good, be good. And I'm so excited about this next haul coming. Yeah, super excited about this next haul coming. Go on to the world, spread amazing sillage, do good, be good. I did not include a couple of other fragrances that was sent to me and that I hauled as well, because I'll include that on the next review, because this was enough today, you guys. Do good, be good, all of that, and I love you all. Bye-bye.